Hello, welcome back to Coffee Talk with Brandy. We were just taping, or we thought we were taping, and it wasn't recording, so just kind of funny. That's all about me trying to learn how to use technology, so thank you. I have my friend Kathleen here. She's going to be my guest co-host of Coffee Talk with Brandy occasionally. She actually flew in from Arizona to come be part of the show, so I'm really grateful for just her dedication to come and be here. And then we had to improvise a lot, so I took my whole entire design set and we're in my garage for just specific reasons. And so it's a little cold, and yeah, it's fun. But Kathleen and I met about 20 years ago, as we were just discussing. And when I met her, she was the University of Oregon duck mascot. So I'm going to hand it over to Kathleen and introduce herself and tell us about the duck a little bit, and then we'll go forward.
You know, it's a fun starting piece to say, oh yeah, by the way, I was the mascot. Like, nobody expects that. I mean, every time I say, what, you were the mascot? Yeah, no, it's true. So what happened was, how do you get to be the mascot of a university? So back then they advertised to be the mascot, like tryouts, and it was in the school newspaper. And so I thought, well, as a freshman, I'll see what I can do. And so I did. I went to tryouts, and I'm thinking, wow, if I want to be the mascot, so does everybody else. And there weren't that many people. There weren't hundreds. Like, I honestly thought there would be hundreds. It was more like maybe there were 10. Oh. Yeah, 10 people. So anyway, so what you did was you did your routine, and they didn't know who it was because you would put on the duck suit and perform. And then you also had like an opportunity to sit down because it was the cheerleading coach at the time. I don't know, maybe they still have probably part of cheerleading to this day. And so then you would have a face-to-face interview as well. And then what I did was I ran home to my dorm room, and they said that they would call if you got it. So myself and another guy in our dorm were actually trying out to be the duck, and the phone rang. And so I was extended, an opportunity to be the alternate. So it wasn't like I wasn't a main duck the first year, but some things had happened, and I was able to get appearances and get some practice. And then I was able to do it for 3 years.
That's so awesome. And for duck fans out there, you know how amazing like Autzen Stadium is. There's a reason why they say it's about how it's noisy. Like, do you remember the phrase? Like, you would think I'd remember.
I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just that, see, this is COVID brain. So let's talk a little bit about COVID brain for a second. But it's like, the Autzen Stadium is one of the loudest stadiums. It is so completely loud. And, being there at those games is phenomenal. Like, it's something that you have to experience. Anyway, so Kathleen was the duck, and I remember one time back in college, we both attended the same religion, and we kind of have similar stories. So this is one of the reasons why she's excited about being part of Coffee Talk with Brandy, bringing about like conversations of self-awareness and like all of that stuff. But back in college, there were times where she just came over and had the duck costume on, and so we had pictures with the Oregon duck, and she recently just sent me some of those photos, and so it was really fun to kind of reminisce.
It was great. You had the Christmas tree all decked out in U of O colors and the theme, and so why not? You got to have the duck to go with your Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh. And then I look back at my fashion back then, and although I was in duck colors, like, oh my gosh, seriously? What was I thinking? I don't know. Thank goodness my fashion is a little bit better these days.
Well, and we match today. We match. This is on purpose.
Of course it is. Yeah. Borrowing fun closets. So she was really excited about Coffee Talk because we're just living similar experiences. We had both just been living the life that was taught to us. Like, we had been living the life that was scripted to us. You find somebody, you get married, you have children, you stay at home, pop out babies, and that's it. And we both had different aha moments in our life that really created a conversation for ourselves to become aware of who we are, what are we doing, what do we want, because we weren't living the life we wanted to live. We were living the life that everybody else told us to live. So if anybody out there is feeling those kind of feelings, come along on this journey, because this is what Coffee Talk is all about. We're really about